Today, we're going to be unboxing and giving a preliminary review of the Hisense U6G. The long story short, run, don't walk to pick one of these things up. Oh my God, I am blown away for a TV that was under $600. I have never seen a TV perform this well at this price point ever. I'm just throwing that out there. Now, we're going to talk about why, and we're going to go over some little details. But I think you can see already from the footage playing right now, it's the real deal. But we're going to believe me, we're going to get into that. So let's talk about the unboxing process and some things you do need to know and kind of balance out the commentary. I will let you know, though, I'm extremely excited about this product. Hisense didn't send it over to me, and I'm just, let's just go. Okay, so essentially when you get the box, it's important to note that they really packaged the hell out of this TV. It's really well packaged, probably the best I've ever seen a budget TV packaged. You're going to need a knife of some sort to kind of cut the tape and get through the barrier that you're going to have, but I say a knife because it's not just that one barrier. Once you open up the box, it's going to tell you to stop, and you're going to have to read these little prompts that they put on the box. Or, you can just disregard and do however you wish. But, it's pretty helpful that they put visual guides on the box. Now, at this point in the unboxing process, it's important to understand Hisense is doing more than every big manufacturer right now with the attention to detail, telling you how to do things, lift it out of the box safely, and doing it with such style, right? Like they literally put stop on the box, like as you open it, because they know you're going to open it. I've never seen that on a box. I think it's really cool that they're helping people who maybe might be new to this and kind of giving an informational guide. Everything's just really clear and very clearly laid out, and I really appreciate that, along with the graphics on the box, which is 100% indicative of the picture quality you're going to be getting out of this thing. Okay, so then you run into this honeycomb cardboard piece. It is perforated, so it does fold down, but you are going to have to use that knife I mentioned earlier and slice it off, or you're just going to have to rip it and pull it off. So it's a pretty robust thing, and I don't think many people will complain about that. You have bags of stuff at the top per the usual, but they're secured in pretty darn well, so you're going to have a pretty difficult time getting some of this stuff out. But either way, it's good to know that your products aren't going to be flying around. It's also important to note that when you look inside the TV, it's packaged just as well. In addition to having styrofoam in front of the TV in the plastic bag, you again have honeycomb cardboard, which is super durable and again just helps keep the TV safe in transit. Hisense wasn't playing any games with the packaging of this TV, and it's really mind-blowing again to see at a budget price point. There is no excessive packaging or anything like that. And they put everything really in their own Ziploc bag for the most part so that you can open it easy. You're not sitting there fiddling with a bunch of stuff. And the things that they didn't put in Ziploc bags, they just put little pieces of tape over it so you can literally open it very easy. That helped the unboxing process go along very quickly. And I think that's something a lot of people are going to appreciate for sure, because I can't tell you how annoying it is to sit there wrestling with packaging. Okay, so then the back of the TV. Let's just talk about the fact that this is the design of the Hisense H9F, and it's a redesign. So it's not made of plastic like the H9F was. This actually has a metal backing at the top. So they really went the extra mile for this TV, and honestly, I couldn't show this part off, but the screen is even recessed into the screen, like into the panel, like some sort of like really super high-end luxury TV. It reminds me a lot of my Samsung KS8000 with how they recessed the panel into the actual frame. It's built very sturdy, very well. There aren't big, ugly, bulky bezels, nothing like that. It feels extremely premium. The only thing I will say is it is a little thick, so you might want to be a little cautious of that if you're wall mounting, but either way, it's still pretty sick. They also have legacy hookups, so if you're using an older device like a VCR or an older console, you're good to go with this device. And I think, again, Hisense being one of the only manufacturers thinking about that in 2021 is really, really cool. Okay, so now let's talk about the remote that comes with the television. You're going to have all the buttons you need, really, for the most part. It's a very basic remote, but the buttons are pretty tactile and they feel good to hold. And it's not that thick, so, I mean, really, you're not sitting here with a remote that takes up a terrible amount of space, and it's cut square at the bottom, so it does stand up. So that's something I think is really good. Again, these little small touches will add up as you start to see the full experience. Now, when you talk about putting together the stand, it's super duper easy. All you've really got to do is line up the letter R that you're going to find on the stand assembly mount or whatever it is itself. You guys see it right here. It says the letter R, and you're just going to line that up with the letter R on your thing. But it's really hard to see, so make sure you shine a light on it so you can figure out which one is which, because again, it's really hard to see and it can be a pain if you don't know where to put it. And then once you do that, you literally just screw it in. It's very, very simple. There's not a whole lot to it, and I love that you can screw it in from behind, like from underneath the TV, versus having to screw it in, you know, in the back of the TV. This is really good because, again, it gives you options as to how you can position the TV. You don't have to put the screen face down if you don't want to. So for people who maybe don't have the ability to do that or don't have a soft surface, you can put it on its back and still get the stand on without having to access the back of the TV. I can't stress how intelligent that thought process is, and that's something I think is really cool. You have a detachable power cable, which is excellent. Usually budget TVs do not come with that, so I am glad to see that you do have one here. It's a basic thing, but it is a nice touch. As far as reflection handling, this thing is a matte finished mirror. There's not really a whole lot of protection going on as far as your reflections. You will see virtually everything in your environment, and that's just kind of one of the things that go with, well, I guess simply put, having a matte finish screen that doesn't really specialize in anti-reflective coating. But either way, it is what it is, right? We have to take our losses with our wins. Now, opening up the screen is pretty simple. You go through all the typical Google prompts that you're going to run through when using an Android TV. It'll run you through a bunch of different menus, but the one that is most unforgivable are the terms of service. So unfortunately, like Sony TVs, this one, unfortunately, if you are not willing to comply with Google's terms of service, you need to box it up and take it back. If you thought that that was the only terms of service that you were going to run into, you are wrong, which is why I spent so much time talking about how much I don't like it, because Hisense also has an unskippable agreement to the policies, and I don't understand why you can't just skip these things if you're going offline. All right, so now that we've got the TV fully unboxed and it's all set up, I mean, let's talk about that picture quality, because that's ultimately what you guys came here for. And let me just say, like, I did not have the ability to, you know, pull myself out of what I was doing with, you know, unboxing and making this video to really sit down and come up with a way to word this properly. So forgive me if I'm going to do it terribly, but this is a TV you need in your life if you have little to no money and you don't want to break your bank. This is it. This is the pinnacle of budget TVs. It gets no higher right now as of June 2021, end of June, almost July 2021. There is nothing on this market right now that touches this TV in the budget price point. And I'm going to be very honest with you. This gives the U8G a run for its money with the black levels, and I honestly believe it has better black levels than the U8G. Some people might disagree with me, some people might have a tizzy over that statement, but I really feel like the way they buttoned up this 55-inch is incredible. Like, words can't describe it. I am blown away. Every color, every shade, the contrast is what really blew my mind. They really, this year on this particular TV, nailed contrast. It's almost like bioluminescence. I don't know, by the way, if somebody at Hisense is like maybe a VIP member or something and like getting information, but the way they dialed in this TV is almost exact to the way that I dial in Hisense TVs. I don't know what that is, but I tell you right now, either we're on the same wavelength or somebody knows something that Quantum TV does, because holy crap, all you really got to do is take this TV out of the box and make minor adjustments. It falls in line incredibly well. You do not need to touch the local dimming. You don't need to touch the contrast, and you don't need to touch the backlight. Those things are flawlessly calibrated for you. That I'll say right there. Now, you do need to change some white balance stuff. You will need to do a 2-point white balance calibration, color calibration for sure, and then you should be good to go. But honestly, I did not see this happening in a long time, and least of all, not on a budget TV like this. So that really surprised me. Honestly, the control they have over the black levels, the control they have over the highlights really floored me. And Sony with their X80J isn't going to compete. Samsung with their Q60A isn't going to compete. This is in a league all of its own and all by itself. And so for people who maybe get angry when I make these videos about Hisense doing really well, you need to understand, hey, if you're the person that feels like you deserve what you saw in my review of the Samsung X80J and Q60A videos from Samsung and Sony respectively, buy those TVs, enjoy the haze. If you want TV quality that rivals the top-end Sony quality right now for LED and Samsung as well, get this.